Pi Site by MysteryPK. Can you actually learn Pi? Let's talk about it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about Pi Site by MysteryPK. The link will be in the description again if you want to check it out. This was sent over to me by Amir. Amir has built loads of apps like Nameseek and other sort of iPhone shortcuts, and there's loads of stuff out there that you can check out. This is the first experience I've had with one of his apps, so I was quite excited to look into it when he reached out on Instagram and asked me if I would give this a review. So, for those who don't know anything about this, what is PySite? PySite is effect using Pi. You have your spectator go to a website on their phone. You don't even have to bring your phone into play. They load up the website and you show that by searching a number, it will show where it's in Pi. You do a quick demonstration and then they can type in a pin code, date of birth, whatever they want. It'll show where it is in Pi. They can read the numbers up to their number, not saying their number or anything after their number, and you can then carry on reading Pi, including their secret number that they just typed into the website and all the numbers that appear after that on the screen. You can also have them search some numbers and you can predict where it will appear in Pi as well. They can also search for a word and it'll show where the T9 combination of that, if you don't know what that is. It is the old texting where A would be ABC, one would be ABC, two would be DEF, and so on. And it'll show where that word appears, and then you obviously will be able to figure out what that is. You can have a sort of a push notification that comes to your phone or your smartwatch as well to find out what they've searched for, and that'll give you a lot of information there. So, to begin with, what is the quality like? How does it all work? The app that you get is a web app that you can install on your phone, and the website is something on their screen. It looks sort of like a student project, which I like. Sometimes these websites that are built are meant to be fake websites are overly worked, and actually having them be quite basic, which is what they would be in this situation, works really well. It looks legit, it looks real. There are also links at the bottom to Google and Wikipedia, which you can kind of tie into your own wiki test or inject a goo or whatever you want, which is really cool to see that. There's also some integrations with David Penn's PyBook. So if you're into the sort of Pi memory demonstration tricks, this is so much for you in that. The way it kind of works, that example thing at the beginning, that's a sort of pairing to get it to your number. So you have to do that example first to make sure that they will be getting into your settings, because those first numbers that they read out are the things that are letting you know what their secret pin or number is and what the rest of the numbers are for you to rattle off the rest of Pi or the next 9, 10 digits. So it can be quite a strong effect, especially if your character is someone who was really into memory and memory demonstrations. If you have that sort of professor sort of look, that can really work for you in your style of performance. For me, I'm not really in that area. That's not sort of effects that I perform. I don't really do memory demonstrations. And in that sort of way, if anyone has ever seen any of my performances or that sort of things, especially on stage, it's not more of the mystical mentalism side of things. And even close up, it wouldn't be that sort of Pi wouldn't really fit my character. But I have tried this out in socially with friends and family to see what they think of it. And people did find it quite interesting and quite fooling in that sort of situation. The app at the moment is $100. I think it is dollars. Up until August 10th. So there's not much time left if you want to get to that price. It will be going up to $150. I do think the price is quite high compared to some other apps that have some similar functionality of peaking and that sort of stuff. But as long as the app is well maintained and it is something that you will be performing, it's not an egregious price. There are obviously apps that are quite a lot more expensive, but I was surprised when I first saw the price of this, just based on some of the other apps that I see that do similar or even some more functionality that you might have. But again, if it's tricky to perform, the price really doesn't matter. There's some apps that I would have paid a lot more for how much I get out of them. So if this is a app that you think you could see yourself performing, I definitely would recommend it in that area, especially if you can afford the price of it, because it will give you that impression. As long as you like the idea of the effect, you can perform it. There are no live performances on the website before you get it. And even within the project, the instructions are very much how to set up the app, broken down into some sub videos rather than any like presentation ideas. So you will have to come up with that yourself. But I think for the sort of people this is aimed at, you would have that already. This would be a great sort of additional thing onto some other memory demonstrations, things that you have. It can work as a standalone, but do think it would fit better and feel stronger within a full memory demonstration effect rather than just an individual effect in that way. If you have any questions about this, please comment down below. I'm happy to answer them. I'm trying to go through it. It's quite a simple effect in a way. You can peek the word, whether it's them reading out the numbers or be a push notification, the numbers, a word, and you can force the position. There's different tabs on the website that allows you to do a lot with that. The website looks legit. The URL, which I won't say, looks legit. It all really feels like something that would exist in the world. You also, the positions, you don't really have to worry because they will be quite high, numbers in the thousands. So even if someone knows quite a lot of pi, they're not gonna be like, oh, the 10,000 letter or number of pi isn't 4 or whatever. You don't have to worry about that. Obviously, it's not the real pi, so if someone wants to Google it, they can and they'll find something different. But in your performance, that shouldn't happen. It's not something that you need to worry about. So with this app, it's not something that I'd see myself performing, just purely on a style of performance. I don't do memory demonstrations. They're not my character style. But if they are in your character style, I definitely can see you getting some use out of it. So it's the basic review down to the simple things. If you like the effect, it will work. It's never let me down in all the messing around and things that I've had with it. It works every time. It works when you need it. And it's another effect that you don't even need to have your phone on you and you can do it anytime, anywhere. A good EDC, again, if it suits your style. So that's my review of PySight. You can find the link down in the description. Thanks again for Amir for sending this on and everyone at MysteryPK. And this stuff does look to be very high quality. So if this is something for you, check it out. And if not, I'll see you on the next review.